everybody, my name is Bernhard Kämpf. I'm co-founder and CEO of Enerkite. I'm here to present our latest plans and some news announce a new breakthrough in our technology development. About 15 years ago, we were involved in the first kite project. We were approached by a company that wanted to have a high-flying sign. They want to have their logo up in the sky, 24 hours, 7 days a week. And we produced that, had the first autonomously flying kite in about 2008. And some of our team started to think about generating power with kites, but I was very skeptic then, because how do you generate the power? Either you have to install generators in the kite, which is very heavy, very dangerous, a little bit stupid, or you have to define a cycle. So you pull out the rope with the kite and you have to retract it. So a cycle doesn't seem to be optimal. I made some hand calculations and by accident it looked quite promising. I was a windsurfer at that time. On the water we were the fastest, jumping the highest, had the most fun, and then came the kiters. And they steal the speed record from us and never gave it back. At the moment they're at 107 kilometers per hour, which proves again the high potential of the kites. They harvest the winds up in the sky where it's less disturbed, much more steady, stronger. So that was the start into this crazy project. Now, before I go into the announcement, I want to make a very short description of our concept. To keep the kite simple, to go for the highest performance kite, we wanted to have a light kite, a kite that doesn't carry motors, engines, generators, whatever. Because this kind of approach is the approach which is most scalable into higher energy classes, into a megawatt class. But on the other side, the passive kite needs somehow a way to bring it up into the air. So we need to pull it into the operational altitude. So our concept, it's a cyclic concept, and we have to pull up the kite into the sky. We decided to go for a rotational start. So the mast, that's what you see on this slide here, the mast is rotating and the masthead is pulling the kite on a spiral path up into the air. And it's the highest performant concept, but the drawback is to fly in the wind field in strong winds. That's really a challenge. And the flow conditions, the airflow changes every second. It took us several years and thousands of flight test hours to achieve finally a robust and fully controlled, fully autonomous flight for the whole sequence, starting from ground, from the mast, going up into the harvest, pull out, descend back, and then in the end come back to a land. And we achieved this winter on 20th of December, and since then repeated it several times with different kites in different weather. So we really proved that our technology is sound. We are ready to go for the market. And yes, the market is now asking for decarbonization, for local energy, and our system, these are some of the unique points of it. We know there are advantages and disadvantages of the wind energy so far, and we want to remove or reduce some of them. So we have the highest yield of all wind turbines, and with this we are stable in meeting the demands of the customer. We can generate, depending on the site, up to 95% of the local energy need. Because also our wind band is wider than time runs fast. Our wind band is wider than normal wind turbines. We have more locations on the world where we can operate, and we need much lower resources, no mass, no foundation, so our carbon footprint is much lower. That's the final slide showing us about our product line. So at the moment we start to work on the 100 kilowatts product, which we want to bring into series production in 2026. And then we start our 500 kilowatt product. For the first product we have two steps. We need about 30 million euros The first step with 4 million will bring us to the customers to prove our concept on the market, and the second batch will bring us to the series production. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you.